Welcome to Shadow Tales. Here you'll hear the strangest stories from people around the internet. So get comfortable and let yourself be carried away by these dark testimonies. Hey everyone, I need to share what happened to me recently. You know those stories about liminal spaces and how unsettling they can be? Well, I had an encounter that still has me questioning reality. It all started on a rainy evening when I decided to take a shortcut through an old abandoned mall. The place had always intrigued me. It was closed down years ago, and the thought of exploring its empty halls and forgotten stores had a certain eerie allure. Little did I know what I was getting myself into. The mall was like a time capsule frozen in the past. Broken windows, faded posters, and the hum of flickering lights created an almost otherworldly atmosphere. I couldn't shake off the feeling that I had stepped into a place suspended between reality and memory. As I walked through the dimly lit corridors, I could swear I heard distant footsteps echoing, like whispers of the past. The air was heavy with a musty scent, a mixture of old memories and decay. The emptiness was palpable, and yet I couldn't help but feel like I was being watched. My heart raced as I entered what used to be the main atrium. The ceiling was high, with a massive skylight that now let in the gray light of the overcast sky. There were remnants of a fountain in the center, now dry and cracked. Rows of empty stores lined the atrium, each one like a portal to a different time. I was about to leave when I spotted a staircase leading down to what seemed like a lower level. Curiosity got the better of me, and I descended the stairs, my footsteps echoing in the eerie silence. The lower level was even more desolate, with shattered tiles and broken escalators. That's when I noticed it, a door slightly ajar at the end of a long corridor. There was something about it that drew me in, a feeling I can't quite explain. My heart pounded in my chest as I approached the door, the creaking sound it made seeming to resonate in the stillness. I pushed the door open gently, and that's when things got really strange. I found myself in a room that felt different, like a space that didn't quite belong to the rest of the mall. The air was thick, almost suffocating, and the walls were covered in peeling wallpaper that seemed to shift and change as if alive. The room was filled with old furniture, dusty chairs, and a table covered in faded newspapers. But what caught my attention was a mirror on one wall, its surface tarnished and cracked. I stared into it, and for a moment I didn't recognize the reflection staring back at me. Time seemed to stand still as I looked at myself, my features distorting and warping before my eyes. It was like the mirror was showing me different versions of myself, different possibilities that branched out in all directions. Fear and curiosity mingled as I watched, unable to tear my gaze away. And then in a blink it was over. The mirror returned to normal, and so did my reflection. I stumbled back, heart racing, trying to make sense of what I had just witnessed. Was it a trick of the light? A hallucination? Or had I truly glimpsed something beyond our reality? I hurriedly left the room and made my way back through the corridors of the abandoned mall. As I emerged into the rain-soaked evening, I couldn't shake off the feeling that I had encountered something beyond my understanding. It was like I had stepped into a liminal space, a place where the boundaries between reality and the unknown had blurred. So here I am, sharing my experience with all of you. Has anyone else ever encountered something like this? Is it possible to stumble upon places that exist outside our normal perception? I can't shake off the feeling that the abandoned mall was more than just a decaying building. It was a portal to something inexplicable and hauntingly beautiful.